What's interesting is the knowledge from racing translates really well.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. Welcome to Elevated TV and CRN and coverage of the annual virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 from the virtual South Boston Speedway, the home of the famous bologna burger with onions, even though I hate onions, mustard, pickles, delicious. You ever go to Brandon Brown's playground racetrack in the Commonwealth, you have to get you a Sobo bologna burger. But nonetheless, it is also the site of the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. They ran the real race last Saturday night. Connor Hall bested 38 drivers to pick up the first of the round one leg of the 2025 NASCAR Regional Virginia Triple Crown. And now we get you ready for that big race. But first, preliminaries, including street stocks and legends. Tracy Brown will be here very shortly, as well as Cody Deemers. I am Wesley Outland. Hope you had a great 4th of July, or still celebrating. Don't set bottle rockets or fireworks and blow one of your fingers or hands off, right? Keep all your palms and your fingers and your thumbs, as my daddy used to tell me. But nonetheless, we're going 50 laps of street stock racing. Cody, first off, man, it's great to hear from you again. Hope you've been feeling well. And I know you had that accident at Winchester, but obviously we're ready to have some fun here. And this race was supposed to be on Sunday afternoon. We made the decision. Let's do it tonight, 4th of July.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I've been so up and down with everything going on, man. It's been kind of hit or miss at how I feel, so I felt pretty good. I felt a little down this morning, but I felt pretty good this afternoon. So I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to do some racing. I want to get back in the booth, and what better thing to do than start it off with a Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200.
Well, we're ready to roll here. Again, Tracy Brown will be joining us momentarily, but right now it is time to take a look at the starting lineup for the street stocks. They are up first for their 50-lapper. Let's take a look with James Horner in the Purelator ride, the longtime veteran racer of the Eastern North Carolina on the pole, and James Kirby on row number 1. Row 2 will find Ron Phipps and Robert Taylor. Row number 3, Jason Thompson and Kyle Bittenbaugh. Ricky Craig, Cody Deemers. How the hell are you doing 3 things at one time? He'll start 8. Lee Jones in the 77, and Jimmy Kirby will start in the top 10 there. Cody?
Row 6 is going to be the legend veteran out of Anderson, Indiana. It's going to be Xavier King, and to his outside it's going to be the 65 out of Tarboro, North Carolina, Mr. Aaron Sessoms. Row 7, the Alabama Slammer to the inside, Dalton Chupp, and to the outside, the Dominator, John Riddle. Row 8 is going to find Josh Everett Jr. and Josh Poore to the outside. Battle of the Joshes there on row 8. Row 9 is going to find Ryan Eminette and Sarah Billiter, the wife. They're on the outside of row 9. Row 10 is going to find Victoria Sessoms, and the points leader at Anderson here for the street stocks is going to be Andrew Cook. Row 11, the Crown Vic Master of Noah Allison, and the fireman on the outside, Mr. Jonathan Sessoms. Row 12 is going to be Caleb Hall and Wyatt Marshburn. And rounding out the field, row 13, Mr. David Hall out of Beaufort, North Carolina, and Dustin Lane.
There you go. There's the starting lineup. They're going to go 50 laps, and the field will be rolling as we are ready to give them a couple of preliminary laps before we do take green. Hey, by the way, don't forget, now, I'm correct, Sunday will be the race only for the Leadfoot Racing League 4th of July Spectacular. Am I right, Cody?
Yes, sir.
Not Saturday and Sunday, just Sunday only?
Yes, Sunday. Yes, sir.
Just Sunday only for that race. That'll be a big one, obviously. And that'll be the Leadfoot Racing League at Hickory Motor Speedway. Preliminary laps are underway as these drivers of the street stocks get ready to turn them loose here tonight. One more lap around, and then we'll turn them green next time by. This will be a 50-lap race. South Boston Speedway track dimensions. I'll give you the information very quickly as they get ready to prepare to come to a green flag. This track is a 4/10 mile facility, 12 degrees of bank into the corners, 10 degrees on the straightaway. The straightaways are 360 feet long, 45 feet wide. Happy 4th of July, our virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 preliminary action is green, and we are street stock racing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. And the street stocks rock, roll, and rumble off of turn 4. Give Horner the opening lap. Kirby on the outside. He'll battle as they work side by side in turn number 2. Cody on lap 1.
Yeah, Kirby's still making that outside work there in that double deuce number 22. Wesley, it's kind of crazy. 21 versus 22 there on the front row, and they're still side by side as they work through 1 and 2. Kirby still with the advantage, still trying to hang on, but it looks like Horner may try to clear him here in 3.
This track again, 4/10 of a mile, 0.400, 0.644 kilometers. You think of the history of racing at Sobo, including back in the day, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Xfinity Series used to race here, and other big events back in the day, right here, working lap 3 and 4. As it's Horner and Kirby side by side. Taylor now right there on the inside, battling for third on this 4th of July Friday night as they work in turn 3.
Yeah, they're still side by side. Horner not giving up the bottom. Kirby not giving up the outside, but it looks like Kirby may have the advantage here. As here comes Horner back to the inside. Kirby still on the outside, Wesley. What a battle we have down the back straightaway as Kirby's going to clear him.
45 to go, working 5 in next time by. There it is. As now Kirby puts that number 22 USA Tire entry into the top spot. That's James Kirby. Chevrolet up in front. There's the Ford Thunderbird. Couple of Ford Thunderbirds of the street stock side by side with Horner in the 21, Taylor in the 17. And then you've got Thompson, Craig, and Phipps right there in the top 5, working their way again off turn 4. Here comes the Monster Energy colors of Taylor making a run on Horner as they dive into turn 1.
Taylor working that outside line, trying to get around Horner, but right here, meanwhile, got a battle for the 4th and 5th position. Thompson on the bottom, Craig on the outside, Ricky Craig, Anderson native, he works his way, and it's 2 by 2 by 2. 41 laps to go. Thompson not giving up on the bottom. Craig not giving up on the outside, but here comes Taylor also on the outside of Horner as they work back into turn number 3. And Craig still holding on the outside there, Wesley.
Thank you to Jonathan Sessoms chiming in. I gave him a big shout out live at County Line Raceway when I was announcing for Sports Action TV in the Modified Mafia Tour last Saturday night. 10 in, 40 to go. Kirby the leader. Horner second. Taylor third. Craig and Thompson right now are your top 5. That's the way they stand currently around the racetrack with everybody still single file. Behind the leaders, at least the top 5, top 6. And then from there on, it is side by side, doubled up. Might be a conga line in the first 5 or 6 spots, but it is a do-si-do behind the rest of the field as they work the back straightaway.
Yeah, everybody's still working that outside line, and it's surprising to me, Wesley, that the outside line is working like it is with how this track is. I mean, in real life, I've seen Brandon Pierce start in the back and use the apron and have all 4 tires on that concrete and make his way to the front. But I've also seen guys, never really get up on the outside and work 3 wide back here in the back.
Trying to get 3 wide there for just a moment. That, of course, is the 125 of David. Right there. And then Herbert Jr., Everett Jr., and Hall. All this action going on now as they work back into the corner. This is back to the top 20, Cody. And there is the man in second. Horner about 7/10 back to Kirby. The leader, Kirby, nowhere. There he is in sight. Horner trying to make a run after him. He just can't because he's got to get ready to be defensive blocker because Taylor and Craig are on the back door of the 21.
Yeah, and Kirby's actually running a very different line than what Homer is. If you notice, Kirby's running in the middle of the racing corners as he works off of 2. And then if you look right here comes Taylor. Look at Horner. He's all the way on the bottom. Look at that group Taylor's running. He's way up the top of the racetrack, big momentum. If you can get the car to stick, you can make it hang on that outside, but Horner's on the bottom, Kirby's in the middle, and Taylor's up against the wall on the outside. So 3 different cars running 3 different lines here for first, second, third.
By the way, don't forget to join us for the Leadfoot Racing League 4th of July Spectacular presented by Elevated TV. That'll be live on Sunday night, Sunday, 7:30 Eastern. I believe that's the only race that they will be broadcasting, or the only day, actually.
Horner falling off the pace here, Wesley. Craig going around him now. He's lost 2 spots in 1 lap.
The virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 continues here. Heading towards halfway. Already 22 laps completed. Kirby and Taylor. Then you got Craig, Horner, Thompson all right there now. Keep an eye on Aaron Sessoms and Cody Deemers. They're starting to try to get into the fight there as they work off turn 4.
Yes, Sessoms and Phipps there are going to make a little bit of contact there in 3 and 4. But no harm, no foul. Whoa, Poor with a big slip up there off in the middle of 1 and 2. Not sure what happened there. Looks like Poor and them hard racing. And it's a big gaggle of traffic right here.
Yeah, it really is, as we right now watch them dive back out into the corner again with Kirby in front. Another lap on. $25 down, 25 to go. Here in the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. And right now it is James Kirby up in front leading the way. It is Kirby and Taylor, Craig and Horner and Thompson, your top 5.
And Taylor's actually starting to reel in that 22 machine very little by little. And not closing in a lot, but he's reeling in him little by little. But Craig Ricky Craig there in that number 4 machine. He's reeling Taylor in, but Horner's starting to make his way back up to the front as he's reeling in the 4 machine as well. So your top 5 is checked out over everybody, and then you got the 6th place right there. I mean, they were side by side for 5-7 laps. So your top 5 has definitely checked out there as you see the gap between 5th and 6th.
Already past the halfway mark of this race. Cummings in on 30 completed and 20 to go. Coming up next will be a 30-lapper for the mini stocks, or the legend cars, my apologies. The legends will go 30 laps, and then it's the 200-lapper late model stock event. I think it's the 3rd edition of the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200.
Yeah, this is the 2nd one that we did. Last year we done a 50-lap street stocker, 30-lap legend, and a 200-lap main event. So always a pleasure. And these guys are still 3 wide here. Everett Jr.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that this is the 3rd year we've done a big race at Soapbug. But for 1 year, it was not the official Thunder Road Harley Davidson race. It was actually a red, white, and blue 200 with Boo Boo Dalton and what was it? Cody Griffin and their late model series that they had. Yeah.
Yep.
Nonetheless, we're under 20 to go. And Kirby is in the lead. There he is, and he's gone. He is just gone. Nowhere in sight is the number 17 or anyone else there around the 22. Cody, as this race comes to an end with 15 to go at the line.
Yeah, and this is a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right here and there. Nose to tail, door handle to door handle as they work off of turn 4. Taylor trying to hang on to the outside of Ricky Craig as there goes James Horner as well.
To go.
And I got to say, Wesley, ever since Kirby got the lead, he has checked out. I mean, almost a 4-second lead over 2nd place. And this was a good little battle here for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Side by side with Kirby in the lead. Craig, Taylor, and Horner, 3 cars for the bridesmaid spot. A Monster Energy 17 up high. Here comes Craig on the bottom. He's speaking to the inside. Got a run, yet not clear. Closing in on the finish of this one now. 10 laps to go at the line.
This is getting good right here, and you're about to have Thompson in there too. So we're about to have a 4-car battling.
Coming in 4 cars, 4 cars fighting, if you will, for that 2nd spot. Though you're not getting any ground on the leader, though, Cody Deemers, because Kirby is about 4.5 seconds ahead of them. Look at the interval now, with 9, making 8 to go.
There's Kirby. Look at there. Straight away ahead of this guy. He's just in his own little world riding, and then you got these guys back here. Horner finally gets around Ricky Craig, and he's trying to go run down Taylor, but Thompson, he wants to go to the outside. We're going to have another battle here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's just flip-flop. Here comes Horner back to the inside of the 17. This is a battle of the Thunderbirds, with the battle of the Monte Carlos, and even Aaron Sessoms may get time enough to get his nose in there.
Brave enough to set it up to see what happens. Here they come with Kirby in the lead again. There is at 4, making a 5-car battle possibly if Sessoms can get in there. 2nd through 6th, throw a blanket over them right now. There they are. Under 5 to go now. 5 laps to go when they come to the line. 4 fingers and a thumb from Barney on this 4th of July, 2025 Friday night. Make sure if you are shooting off that pyro and fireworks to keep your fingers and thumbs. 4 to go now.
Kirby, I can't believe how dominating he's been. We'd have had another 20 laps, even I would say 10 laps. He probably would start lapping the field here as he's working off the corner. Popsicles in the air. 2 laps to go for the double deuce in the USA Tires entry of James Kirby, the 3rd.
Time running out as you see Kirby and the rest of them from 2nd on back. And believe it or not, Kirby is now about to be overtaking lap traffic. If you're brave enough, you can take advantage of him and use it as a pick, but it doesn't matter because it's over. Kirby has won this race. It is over. James Kirby wins the street stock portion of the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 flag to flag here at Sobo.
Take a quick, he dominated basically, Wesley.
I mean, he really did, dude. Nobody was in his sights at all. I mean,
the race was for 2nd.
And for the race for 2nd, it is Robert Taylor picking up the victory. James Kirby, Robert Taylor, James Horner, Ricky Craig, Jason Thompson, your top 5. Sessoms, Demers, Phipps, Amonette, and Riddle, the top 10 here, Cody.
Yeah, Jimmy Kirby, which is James Kirby's dad, finishes 11th. Kylie Bentonbog comes home 12th. Josh Poor, Noah Allison, David Hall rounds out your top 15. Good job by David Hall as he started dead last almost. He was on the outside or inside of the final row. He rounds out the top 15. Dalton Chupp, Xavier King, Josh Everett Jr., Andrew Cook, and Lee Jones round out your top 20 there, Wesley.
And the rest of the rundown will find Wyatt Marshburn, Jonathan Sessoms, Dustin Lane, Victoria Sessoms, Sarah Militer, Caleb Hall, and that's the way they finish at the end of this one. Stay with us. We are getting ready to go Legends Car Racing after a word from some of these awesome sponsors. Cody, don't cut my mic off, man. I think you'll be awesome and happy to hear these.
Okay.
Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. Yeah, what do you think of that, buddy? Back here at Sobo as the South Boston Speedway on Iracing is the host of the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 Iracing coverage on this 4th of July, Friday night, 2025 on Elevated TV and on the Community Radio Network for simulcast. Wesley Outland is Tracy. Is he with us now?
I don't think so yet.
Is Tracy here with us now? Don't think Tracy. I don't think he is. Okay, the show goes on. He'll pop in here later, maybe. We do have Cody Deemers, and we're getting ready now for what will be
the CRN Legend.
The Legend Cars. Yes, presented by the Community Radio Network. All details at wearecrn.com. Tonight, coverage of the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. Tomorrow night, coverage of the Smart Modified Revolutionary 99 and the Rusty Hart Memorial. Audio cast coverage only at wearecrn.com. 87.9 tomorrow night from Asheboro, North Carolina. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the Legends. Ryan Deemers and Aaron Sessoms are on the front row. Row number 2 will find Dustin Lane and Dalton Chupp on row 2. Row 3, Xavier King, Cody Deemers. Row 4, Wyatt Marshburn and Kyle Bittenbaugh. Then it's going to be John Robbins and Jeremy Ashby. Cody, your top 10 here for the Legends.
Victoria Sessoms and Lee Jones round out your row 6. Row 7 going to be Sarah Billiter and Caleb Hall. Row 8 going to be Braxton DeWeese and John Stapleton. Row 9 going to be the Fireman, Jonathan Sessoms and Jonathan Riss. And that will round out your 18 Legend cars.
Yeah, I like that. You got a 40-car Legend car field like the last time. Maybe it won't be that bad. There you go. So there's the lineup. And the field will be rolling here, and we'll be ready to go racing any second with the U.S. Legends cars, the CRN Legends here at the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. And by the way, that big race is coming up next as the Bumblebees begin to rumble down the front straightaway behind the pace car. And we get ready for a 30-lapper. Look at the weather conditions presented by Stagger Pro Motorsports. .77 on the clear conditions tonight. Track temp around 79. The lights go off on the pace car. 0.4 of a mile here at Sobo, as I said again. 12 degrees of bank into the corners, 10 degrees on the straightaway. The straightaways are 360 feet long. The track is 45 feet wide of racing groove from the top to the bottom. And I promise you, they're going to take advantage of every bit of the racing surface that they can. Pace car onto the pit lane at Sobo. Here they come. The CRN U.S. Legends cars underway at the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200.
Oh boy! Oh boy! 3 wide already, Wesley. That ain't never good.
That's right. We got a little antsy there for a second.
Xavier King out front in that number 15 machine. His teammate, the 19, and John Robbins, he's right there in that 4th position. Oh, boy.
This will be a fun one again, as we mentioned. It is a 30-lapper, and already with a couple of laps complete, Marshburn easily out in front. Shades of what we saw Kirby done in the street stock race. He's already opened up to about 6/10 over King, Lane, and Robbins. Marshburn in the 40 there off the back straightaway there. Cody going to 3.
Yeah, King getting a little push there from his teammate. Robbins getting a little impatient, but here comes Sessoms. That's Aaron Sessoms in that number 62, Keelan Harvick, looking like he's looking there, but here comes Robbins. Robbins working with King. They're going to go try to run down Marshburn as everybody slices and dicing 2 by 2 by 2 with 25 coming to 24 this time.
Another lap on the board is Marshburn. Now getting some company as King is starting to close in on for the lead of the 40. That's the 15 of King. Thanks for those that are watching.
Four-car breakaway here, and Robbins is pushing his teammate just like he would at Winchester, or Anderson, pushing him to the front. Here comes Robbins. He's looking to the front. Your teammate's off the track, but on the track, it's anybody's game. As here comes Robbins to the inside off of 2 down the backstretch, Wesley.
Yeah, just kind of watching all of this going on. Look at that big 4-wide battle right there behind them, led by Aaron Stapleton, Sessoms, Lane, all in that form. The storm is brewing Sobo style, and somehow they still stay 3 wide around the racetrack and hold it together back to the line.
Holy smokes, I seen 4 wide there down the back straightaway, and it's hard enough to go 2 wide here, and 3 wide is not the move as Robbins is chased down that number 40 machine of Wyatt Marshburn there, Wesley Allen, and we're coming to 19 laps to go.
Already heading towards 20 remaining and halfway, quickly approaching. Stay tuned. The big late model stock car race is next. The one you've all been waiting for. The nightcap, the nightcap just after 10 o'clock. The Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 driver introductions and more on the way here at Sobo. Right now, up in front, it is Wyatt Marshburn, John Robbins, Dalton Shump, and Braxton Deweese. Now John Stapleton trying to get to the top 5. Boy, we've had a moment where the storm was brewing there, but this thing's kind of fizzled out there, Cody.
Yeah, they were.
Calm down.
They were 3 and 4 wide, and I don't think they thought that was moved. Maybe race director come on there and said, "Hey, whoa, boy, we speak too soon." Here they go, back again. Everybody's still scattered out like a bunch of ants. Coming to 14 to go this time.
Time running out.
Oh, boy. 3 wide.
Another solid run from Marshburn. But right now, Robbins and Chubb, especially Robbins, close it in, giving a fit for the leader in the second half of the race. Keep an eye on Chubb, though, the 17. There he is, the blue and white car coupe. Starting to run down the leaders. The best thing for Marshburn, he's got clean air right now. No lap traffic in his way as we roll in to the second half of the home stretch of this race, Cody.
Yeah, and Robbins looks like he's big time loose as he just slid there. You heard the tires squeal a little bit, and Robbins all over the back bumper, but it looks like he's tight through the center, tight off, so he can't get the momentum as maybe that might be helping him, Wesley. He's closing in on that number 40 machine.
Closing in on 10 remaining when they come to the line now. Marshburn leading the way. For how long, though? Robbins is there, and he is creeping on the inside, the outside, trying to make a run in the turn 4.
Yeah, and if you listen, they're shifting a little bit, too, so trying to get that gear ratio right, because with these legend cars, this is not a track that they go to very often, so they have to shift a little bit. But here comes Robbins, Wesley.
Boy, does anybody got anything from Marshburn right now? John Robbins says yes, powered alongside him. Got door to door. Robbins on the clear at the line. 7 to go. New leader or not. Marshburn powers back with a little wiggle on the inside in 2. 7 to go, Cody.
Yeah, Marshburn coming back to the inside, and he almost threw a crossover there on Robbins when Robbins got to the outside of him, or inside of him, and got by him. Marshburn almost tried to cross him up, but I'm wondering if Marshburn has burned his tires up, because here comes Chupp as well. Chupp going to dive down the inside. There goes Dalton Chupp to the inside of Marshburn. Does Dalton Chupp have anything for Robbins?
A good question. What's going to happen at the line? 5 laps to go. And now, Robbins in the lead. Robbins, Chupp, Marshburn, DeWeese. They're right there. There's the battle for the lead. Robbins now got company. Chupp on the inside. He got around Marshburn. The man who dominated this race of the Bass Pro, number 40, is now back to 3rd with 3 to go. Waited for the right time, Cody. Took the lead. Robbins now got around Chupp. Chupp's got to hold him off now. Can the 17 run him down? 2 to go.
Yeah, are we going to have another Weenie 500 finish here with Chupp and Robbins, or are we going to have Robbins out front? Robbins to the inside. Here comes Chupp. Chupp on the back door. He's there, Wesley. We're coming to the white flag off of turn number 4. White flag in the air. Does Chupp have what it takes to get to Robbins?
It's the W Energy 1 to go. Final lap remaining is right now. Robbins in the lead down the back straightaway. Winner at the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 for the U.S. Legend CRN Legend Series. It's going to be close. Oh, the 17 made a move on the outside, but it's not enough. John Robbins is your winner.
Wow, Wesley, we've had 2 really good races.
Wow, amazing. Well, he made a move trying to make a photo finish at the line, just came up short there at the end. And when it is said and done, it is John Robbins taking the victory here in the CRN U.S. Legends Cars feature at the Thunder Road Harley Davidson Virtual 200. Here's a look at the results. John Robbins, Dalton Chupp, Wyatt Marshburn of the Bass Pro Shops, number 40, led so much of this race and just lost ground there at the end to finish still on the podium. Braxton DeWeese, Xavier King, right now your top 5. Hall, Stapleton, Sessoms, Deemers, and Billiter will be the top 10 finishers.
Rounding out the field will be Aaron Sessoms, Jonathan Risk, Kylie Bentonbog, Dustin Lane, and Jeremy Ashby round out your top 15 with Victoria Sessoms and Lee Jones, your 17 cars in the field.
So we are taking a break. When we come back, we have got a practice qualifying session, and then we are doing driver introductions to the big second annual Virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. It is next. Elevated TV, CRN, Friday night, 4th of July. Strap in. It is coming up when we return. We also need to pause, 10 seconds of radio and station identification on the Community Radio Network also.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. It's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Back here at the virtual South Boston Speedway, getting you ready for the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. The AI drivers of the NASCAR regional late model stocks are on course. They are ripping the pavement on the 4/10 mile, and we are watching qualifying. Drivers have the opportunity to put down their 2 best laps to see where they end up before we introduce the 30-car field for tonight's race. Wesley Outland with you. Cody Deemers has taken a back seat. He'll jump on maybe once in a while, but he's on production to make this a really good commentary. I brought in our buddy from the Leadfoot Racing League and Eastern Technical Designs, Tracy Brown. Good evening, my friend. First off, happy 4th of July to you, sir. And obviously now we get ready for this big 200-lapper late model event. Good evening.
Good evening, Wesley. Yeah, man, it's good to be with you. I tell you, I can't really wait for this race here. A lot of familiar names, that sort of thing. But obviously, I'm stepping in for Cody Deemers, coming in off the bench, so to speak. So I'm going to try to do the best I can, be your wingman as good as I can. And see if we can't have an interesting race here with the names that are listed up here. I'm sure we will, because there's a lot of familiar names entered in this race here.
Yeah, I have no doubt that we will not have an interesting race with this talent pool we have. Qualifying just about ready to come to a close here. They've got about a few more minutes to lock themselves on track to put a lap down. If they are 28, 29, I think it's 29 cars will get ready to go for racing. And the qualifying is actually over. So 29 cars have taken time. We will grid the field, and we'll get ready to introduce the starting lineup as we will get ready to go for this event. We'll go from the back to the front, and we'll introduce them for you. Moving into the number 29 position, the driver of the car number 2. That, of course, is one of the drivers of the Cars Tour, good friend of mine in the number 2 Thunder Road Harley Davidson entry. That, of course, is the driver of Brandon Pierce out of Hickory, North Carolina. Brandon Pierce in the number, actually from Cartersville. Brandon Pierce in the number 2. Starting 28th, outside row number 14 in the car number 47. From the Commonwealth of Virginia, it is Riley Music. And his inside in that car number 7. From Ackworth, Georgia, from street stocks to late models, in the Sparks Homes and Home Renovations entry, Davis Performance number 7. That is Jeff Sparks there. Tracy?
Yep, and we have in the 26th position, starting on the outside, the number 0, that will be Landon Pimbleton. And starting to his inside will be the number 22 of Carson Lofton.
Yeah, one of the autos by Nelson Toyota entries out of the Commonwealth of Virginia, former modified hot shoe. Let's move in now to the winner that won the Thanksgiving Classic last year in the car number 71 out of Wilson, North Carolina. The Quality Trucks and Cars number 71. That is Parker Eatman to his inside of the number 19. It is the young lady in the Black Acid Racing Apparel number 19. Jessica Can, and we'll see what she can do in the 19 car.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And on the number, or in the 22nd position on the outside will be Air Doug Barnes Jr. in the number 88 car. To his inside will be Landon Huffman in the 57. Moving on up into the 20th position on the outside will be the 00 of Chase Burrow. And on his inside, in the 19th position, in the number 88 car, will be Connor Hall.
Connor Hall from Hampton, Virginia. He is a former NASCAR regional national champion, Cars Tour champion, and he won the Thunder Road Harley Davidson last year and this year in real life. Moving on to the next row, it will be starting in row 9, Buddy Isles Jr. from Dirt to Pavement from the Littleton Mafia in the John West Racing Engines entry, number 11, the Flying 11, and to his inside, starting 17th from Kannapolis, North Carolina, the boss of the Cars Tour, two-time Daytona 500 winner, former winner at Myrtle Beach, Florence when he ran late models. It is Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Bass Pro Tracker Boat Sundrop number 8 Chevrolet.
Row number 8 and position 16 will be the 05 of Mason Bailey. To his inside will be a Cars Tour regular, number 6, Bobby McCarty.
Yeah, Bobby McCarty, a longtime driver out of Madison, North Carolina, and a former Cars Tour champion at that. We move on now to one of the original Cars Tour racers in the number 08 Pure Gear Tank Lines, entry number 08 from Raleigh. It is Deke McCaskill to his inside of the number 4. Originally from Texas, now from Mooresville, North Carolina, former Florence Motor Speedway late model champion in the Eagle Advanced Automation, entry number 4. That is Cade Brown.
In row number 6 on the outside, we got the 26 of Peyton Sellers. To his inside, the number 97 of Daniel Silvestri.
Yeah, Daniel Silvestri in the Bitcoin entry. Always keep an eye on that talented driver, Trevor Ward. He's ready to go from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, representing the Ward family from Boone City, a former winner of the Valley Star Credit Union 300 of the 077. And to his inside, the number 77, the Purple Joker. That is Blake Stallings, ready to go in the TRD race cars. Number 77 machine, RNS race cars chassis.
Row number 4 on the outside should be the number 1 of Andrew Grady. And to his inside would be the number 29 car, Kevin Harvick, or KHI, I think is what it is anyway. Entry of Landon Lewis into 29. Sorry about
And
it.
that is Landon River Lewis. What a talented guy in the Kevin Harvick Incorporated entry. You're exactly right. Down to the inside of row number 3 in the 6th position. Another driver from the Commonwealth of Virginia. What a talented entry in the Jones Utilities Family Motorsports number 44. It is Connor Jones to his inside of the car number 03. The young lady from Georgia. It's the Locust Grove, Georgia driver. I call her the Georgia Peach. That is Laney Bice in the Folsom Fence Supply entry, driving for Lee Pulliam Performance. That's row number 3.
And on the second row on the outside, starting in the number 4 car, or 04 car, be Ronnie Bassett Jr. And to his inside, the number 95 car, not very familiar with this driver here, but Jacob Borst. Jacob Borst in the 95.
Yeah, Jacob Borst used to race here at Sobo a lot. He ran at Wake County Speedway up in Virginia, the Richmond, Virginia area. Drove the 1-star for a long time. Now in that number 95 Cox entry. And now the front row for the second time in the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 on the outside of row number 1 from Lexington, North Carolina. Actually, Statesville, North Carolina. The Leisure Time Reynolds number 15. That is Ryan Millington. Fly in. Ryan will start second. And on the pole in the Junior Motorsports number 08 entry DSM Motorsports car. That is going, correction, that is not the Junior Motorsports entry. That is the Dylan Spain Motorsports car number 08, the guy that I know very well. I call a lot of his races on Friday night. From Raleigh, North Carolina, that is Carson Hayslip. Carson Hayslip in the number 08 machine. I was about to, I'm sorry, Dylan Spain Motorsports, I'm sorry. Bite my ass. It's been a long day. Anyhow, Carson Hayslip, fast qualifier, and he'll be the man that will lead them to the green flag. And with that being said, I think we're ready to roll them for 200 laps here at Sobo. Drivers, start your engines. Happy 4th of July. The rumble of the virtual perpetual thunder will begin to get into motion, Tracy Brown, and we will get ready for the big 200-lapper here at Sobo, my friend. Good evening.
Good evening, Wesley, and I tell you what, man, I'm very, very jealous right now. I've always wanted to say, gentlemen, start your engines. Never had that opportunity, but I swore if I ever had that chance, I was going to give her all I got. But, again, I'm very jealous of you, but yeah, man, I can't wait. Look, we got a little bit of racing fuel fumes up in the air, a little bit of burnt rubber smell from the previous races. So, yeah, I bet they're even sold out of bologna burgers down in the concession stand. I'm ready to get this on.
But them bologna burgers are always good too, man. I'm telling you. Without the onions. I'm not an onions guy, but I do like the pickles and the mustard and bologna burgers. And the field is pacing. And what a perfect night. Ready to do it. I know we're going to talk about doing it Sunday afternoon, but just something about night racing. Doing it on a 4th of July makes it so much more cooler. Pace car is dropping onto the pit lane. We're running for 200 laps. Winner take all. Thunder Road Harley 200 is green at Somo.
As we go through 1 and 2 side by side to the rear. Everybody's just kind of probably just trying to get into a rhythm right now, get the butterflies out of their stomach, and kind of put down a good pace line or pace lap, something not a pace lap, but a race lap, something they can keep up here.
And we have a race. It is underway. Everything is good in the neighborhood. Oh, you gotta love it. It is Hayslip and Millington racing side by side. Well, that goes on. Jacob Borst and Laney Bites right there in the top 5 with Lewis. And look at Landon River Lewis. He's moved in to the inside of the Georgia driver. That's KHI of the 29. That's Lee William Performance in the 03 side by side off turn 4.
Yeah, and it looks like Landon Lewis is going to get the spot there, still rolling the bottom. Laney Bites trying to catch back up here and roll the high line, but she's going to have to look out for the 77 of Blake Stallings.
Side by side is Hayslip on the bottom. Millington right there. Wavered is not. Side by side for the lead. And Jacob Borst is right now trying to get into this battle. 30 screaming late models. Coming at you, 29 strong, and already a handful of laps into this one. It is Hayslip and Millington, and they're still door-to-door, going to 3 and off 4.
Yeah, coming off 4, still side by side, and I guess Jacob Borst is going to make sure I remember his name the next race we have here, as Landon Lewis trying to slide back up underneath the 95 of Borst here, getting into turn 3.
I'll tell you what, take your pick. I'm understanding that they're given 3 sets of tires, the original set that they qualified on, plus 2 more sets in the pit area. And then they will get 1 fast repair. That's a mulligan, if you will. If you crash out, you at least have a chance to go for a reset to get back in the battle here, Tracy. But right now, everybody just kind of minding their P's and Q's. And I expect that here in the early going.
Yeah, absolutely, Wesley. I tell you, for as many cars we have out here on this track, and I've driven this track many times on iRacing, and it seems like every time I do, the outside walls seem to step in another 6 inches or so, and it's really a credit to the talent that these drivers have to be able to have this large a field and come out here and be able to keep it clean to this point.
This is, again, the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. This is the virtual version. Put off of the big race that they had last Saturday night. Friday night was preliminary night, practice day, Saturday qualifying, and the race 38 drivers battle. We got 29 here tonight. And right now with 13 in it is Ben Carson Hayslip leading the way. Third, the driver of the number 08 machine, Ryan Millington in second. Landon River Lewis is third. And everybody just kind of patiently being side by side, or not really any kind of big competition going on right now as they work on the back straightaway again.
Yeah, and it's still 2 by 2. I don't know, maybe from 8th or 9th on back. Everybody's just like you're saying, kind of minding their P's and Q's. Everybody's wanting to make sure that they're there at the end because, you know, as the saying goes, in order to finish first, you must first finish.
Yes. like Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Absolutely, yes. And I'm telling you, I don't ever remember seeing Jacob Morse race before, but obviously this is a very talented driver. I mean, he is very good. He is still hanging in there. And I bet I do remember his name from now on.
Yeah, he ran the one-star car last year, a couple of years, and then he moved up to driving the car number 95. As right now, he sits comfortably in the top 5 in the 4th position. Oh, look at this. Kate Brown, Daniel Silvestri, idling in the top 10. That goes on the black car, the 97, the white and blue orange 4. Cade Brown, originally from Texas, now from Race City, USA, a former NASCAR late model champion at Florence Motor Speedway down in South Carolina, and he works now in 10th position.
Yeah, Cade Brown, I tell you, he will come up and surprise you on a few of these races here. You know, he'll kind of lay back a little bit, and the next thing you know, he's running for the lead at the end. But I'm sure all these drivers right now, again, are just kind of filling their car out, you know, wanting to set a good pace. Don't want to burn anything up at this point. Nobody knows when the caution's coming out. I'm assuming there are no, well, there may be a stage break. Do you know, Wesley? Cody?
I don't think we have stage breaks planned. I think it's just a straight 200 laps race. Cody, can you give us some more analysis on that as we close in on around lap 25?
Yep, no stages, no green-white checkers. This race will not end under caution. It will be finished with a checker flag flies. They get the 2 sets of tires on the pits, and when they need them, they got them. So, and Wesley will tell you, Tracy Brown, usually these AIs don't pit.
No, they don't.
Oh, wow. So they're doing it the old school method here is what
they can go the distance, they'll do it. If they can go the distance, they'll do it. Just being honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much fuel load. I'm not sure if these guys are able to hold 22 gallons or not. If they are, they may be able to go the entire way without having to come in and take on any extra fuel. Now we got Ryan Millington trying to sneak inside of Carson Hayslett. Landon Lewis right on the bumper. Carson there coming on the outside.
South Boston Speedway, where we are right now. Go ahead, Tracy.
Oh, I was going to say, you know, Ryan Millington, I've been watching him race for years, and you know, these last couple of seasons, he's really come on strong. I mean, he seems to be a contender at every race these days.
Yeah. Millington, Kenino Brown, Hayslip for the lead. And about 30 laps into it already. I mean, we've already dropped the green 8 minutes ago, and we are already on lap number 30. You do the math, in 20 more circuits around the 410th mile, they will be 1/4 of the way through with this race, Mr. Brown. Wow.
Yes, sir, and we see Ryan Millington starting to stretch out a little bit of a lead here now. I would report the gap, but it seems like my timing screen's going crazy here, so I'm not sure, but I can look down and tell he's got a pretty good lead, Wesley.
Yeah. I want to remind you, you can watch on Elevated TV and even the replays of the races as soon as we finish up being live on the air. Archives are available. In addition to that, we are also on the Community Radio Network. There's a track map, and you see the leader right now. That's the 05. No, I'm sorry, there's the 15. My bad, it was showing the wrong car. There's the 15. There's the leader of Millington. And there's the interval. And there's that clean air he has. He is literally clean air for at least another 10 laps or so, Tracy, before he catches Deke McCaskill and possibly puts him a lap down.
Absolutely, and I'm sure he's loving this right now. You know, you got the clean air on the nose, track is rubbering up. It's going to be a while or a few laps before he's able to catch any lappers, so his car is probably not going to handle any better than it is right now.
Patiently lying in the weeds, if you will. Right now, everybody just kind of being patient. That's the key. It's a long race. I know it doesn't seem like it because already we're talking about closing in on lap number 50, but it really is a race that it could fly by quickly, or it could be the long, drowned out caution fest. Sometimes we see it. Sometimes you see it in real life. Right now, closing in on 40 completed.
Yeah, and you know, right now, Wesley, they have no idea when a caution flag may fly. So everybody has to conserve their stuff. I mean, right now, everyone is looking at potentially doing another 160 laps. And they've got to have something left there at the end.
They're not going to stop. I can tell you that much. If they know that they can go the distance, they will not be stopping in this race. It ain't going to happen.
They are much better than I am. I couldn't make it 200 laps without having to come in and take some tires. So we're going to have to, I'm sure they're on max conserve right now, just trying to set a good pace. You know, not let anybody blow by you, and you're not necessarily looking to lap the field right now. But hey, if your car is handling really well, like Ryan Millington, you know, why not? The more you put a lap down, that's, you know, one less car that you got to race for to win.
Already heading towards 50 laps in less than 12 minutes completed. It is Millington in the lead. The 15 out in front. Hayslip in second. That's the pole man. Landon River Lewis up to third in that Kevin Harvick Motorsports KHI entry. And how about Superman? Blake Stallings right there.
Oh, yeah, I always pull for Blake. It just so happens when I grew up playing Little League, my head coach's name was Blake Stallings. Two different people, I'm sure. Complete coincidence, but you know, you see a familiar name, you want to kind of pull for him. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. That's when I start humming the Superman theme. Da, 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 da. And obviously now you know why I'm an announcer, because I damn sure can't sing for a living.
Well, trust me, you're not alone there either.
Like, tell that guy it's like nails on a chalkboard. You ain't hurt my feelings, I know.
Well, it looks like Ryan's starting to catch some lap traffic here now. It'll be interesting to see just how hard he does start putting some of these guys down a lap. Let's see.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there he goes.
Buddy Owls Jr., yeah, I see he was first. I think he was the first one to go a lap down, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I guess Deke was.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Deke was the first one, you know, especially at this track. He normally runs really well here.
Struggling. The struggle bus for the man out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And right now, we're already in the first 50 laps completed. It is Millington, Lewis, Hayslip, Stallings, Grady, Weiss, Horst, Bassett, Silvestri, and Bailey, your top 10. Look at now lap traffic. That is Pete McCaskill. Clear a path as the second place man. Tries to get around him. So is Hayslip. That's Lewis and Hayslip fighting for second with lap traffic as a pick. McCaskill up high. Stallings drilling him in all four.
Yeah, and they're counting it down, counting the laps down pretty quickly here. Clicking them off one by one, and yeah, Millington is really on a tear right now. As I say,
a big thank you to Thunder Road Harley Davidson. You know, Cody, I'll bring you back in here. You know, last year we promoted them, and man, remember, they shared our broadcast on their social media page.
Yes, they did. Brandon Brown actually personally messaged me and told me how well of a job I did with, you know, even though it was AI, he told me how well of a job I did with making it so real and made the racing so good. So, yeah, we definitely put a lot of promotion into it last year, and we didn't really promote it this year, but I had that freak accident at Winchester, so it's kind of hard to promote it and do it when we wanted to. But all in all, good race tonight so far.
And by the way, this race was scheduled for Sunday afternoon, but when you contacted me and you said, hey, I got an idea, let's do it today. And Tracy, what a perfect idea. Our nation's birthday, 249th birthday of America, July 4th, still on the heels of the big race of last weekend. We said, what? We're not doing nothing on a Friday night, 4th of July. Let's do it.
That's it, man. Yeah, I'm not setting off any firecrackers, you know, I need on my fingers. So might as well get in here and see if I can lay down a few comments here on a race that just seems so familiar to me. I understand that this is a Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200, but so many of these names I've seen in person, you know, on the Cars Tour.
Yeah, coming off of the hill. Oh, we got a caution! Oh, trouble! First caution of the race. And it is a competition caution by the race director, Virtual Danny Willard, on lap number 64. I say that jokingly because I saw Danny Willard at the Cars Tour event that I announced at Caraway on Wednesday, and he was the race director for the race at Sobo on Saturday.
Now, is
went over 50
Danny
laps.
Willard?
I hate to burst your bubble, but we went over 50 laps. So, go ahead, go ahead, Tracy.
Well, you know, the Cars Tour even has you know, so many green flag laps, and we got to throw a caution.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize this. Did you say is it Danny or Denny Willard? I'm assuming would be kin to Brandon Willard, the flagman.
Yes. Danny Willard is the father of Brandon Willard, the flagman. Yes.
Just wanted to say, just throw this out there for anybody that's listening. I haven't posted anywhere, but I think it's about time for Brandon Willard to get a promotion. I have never seen a flagman put that much emotion into flagging a race. I mean, he gets you worked up just watching him work the flags, you know?
Oh, yeah, he's good. And here's a true story. When his dad was flagging back in the day, not race directing, but he was a flagman, Brandon, as a kid, would sit in the grandstands with his grandfather at the races, and he would watch his dad flag. And then when the time came to get up in age to put Brandon in the flag stand, the rest is history. And the reason why I know this is I can tell you that I have followed the Willards and myself in my announcing career for close to 10 or 15 years. Me and Danny followed the ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour. We did dirt races together, USAC together. NASCAR together. So, yeah, super great guy, Brandon man, and dad, Danny, as race director, and that father-son combination, man, great people. And they lost their grandfather, Danny's dad, Brandon's grandfather, last year around this time. And obviously, I know a lot of people were thinking about that the other day, too. But still, great people as we go back to green here at Sobo. 70 laps completed, and Ryan Millington holding off Hayslip and Lewis. They're reeling him in as they work off 4.
Oh, yeah, Lewis has found some speed or decided to go after it a little bit harder, really roll into high lane here, going through or coming out of 2, getting into 3 now. Looks like he might be challenging for the lead. Oh, and he's got some momentum going down the straightaways, taking that high line, coming off the corners, and it does look like the second lane's kind of worked in through the corners now.
Three-car battle, rolling for the lead. Here comes now Hayslip, the pole car. Back on the inside of Millington. Ryan Millington holding his line. 2 for 1. Lewis up high. Here comes Grady now. That's Andrew Grady, the son of Tony Grady. One of the year champions back in the day of the URA Stars late model. His father, Tony Grady, Andrew Grady. The ABC hosiery Gildan shirts number 1. Down to the inside of Lewis, and we're side by side for the first 2 rows on lap number 75 at the line.
Well, I tell you, Wesley, it's starting to make me wonder if Ryan didn't use just a little bit too much off those tires, because now he is starting to be challenged on the outside and the inside as we have Carson Hayslip now edging into the lead, passing him on the inside. Tony Grady.
Spot. Yes, sir. There he goes. Tony Grady. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was fixing to say, yeah. Andrew's dad, Tony Grady, also used to drive the number 1 car, race the Southern National. Saw it a bunch. Used to drive the pig rig for the Bailey Slaughterhouse. That was a staple there at Southern National. Had several different drivers for years. But
Eddie Massengill was a longtime driver of the number 1 pig rig car. But what I will tell you is this. Tony Grady got into late model stock car racing, and he had a throwback car to pay the homage of the Bailey's Slaughterhouse number 1 super late model when he was late model stock car racing. And he also ran in the URA Stars. He retired, and then he put Andrew Grady in the car. Matter of fact, Andrew Grady made his 51st career Cars Tour start at Caraway this past Wednesday night.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not going to get into Trivial Pursuit between me and you when it comes to late model racing, that's for sure. I mean, I'm learning stuff almost every lap here, Wesley. I mean, I've seen the names and I've seen the faces as they're introduced, but I really don't know that much of the backstory. So you're filling in a lot for me here.
As I tell people, this is why they pay me the big bucks, right?
That's right. Hey, not everybody can bring an encyclopedia with them when they go to do a broadcast, and you've got one up there in your head, man. A lot of experience.
Somebody tells me I'm a savant. Hello, Bruce Pearson. Hope you're doing well. Yes, Cody is doing well. Cody, can you give us a health update as we're less than 17 laps to halfway here in the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200?
Well, earlier today I wasn't feeling too hot. I woke up with a beating headache, which is expected with my concussion. I got a very, very severe concussion. I went to the doctor the other day before yesterday, and they done a bunch of blood work and determined that I had a heat stroke on top of all of it. So,
wow.
Yeah, I got a very severe concussion. I got a contusion on my left shoulder, and I had a heat stroke as well. So I'm out of the race car for a month. I can't return until I think it's the August 3rd or August 9th race at Anderson. It actually broke my seat. It broke the seals in the rear end. It also broke the steering box in my car. So I've got everything ordered new. I got my new seat yesterday. Got the seals yesterday. The one thing I'm waiting on is my steering box and my Nerf bar. And my buddy's gonna drive my car next weekend in Anderson, so I can keep my owner points. But as far as me, I'm there. I'm out of work till I can at least get back at least 80%. Right now, I would probably say I'm still about 50%. I still get real lightheaded, dizzy. I can't drive because they're just so hit or miss with how dizzy they are. Like, I had to stop earlier and let Sarah drive because I got so dizzy. So, yeah, it's rough. I'll say that.
Well, we're praying for you, man. We're glad to hear that you're doing better.
Absolutely.
And let everybody know, am I right, Tracy, that we're only racing Sunday at Hickory for the Independence Clash. We're kind of changing it up, I guess.
Well, hey, look, shoes on the other foot now, Wesley. I got some breaking news for you. So apparently someone decided they wanted to recycle my brother and Landon's phone and internet line where it was attached to a bridge crossing a creek. And so they cut about, from my understanding, about a 30 or 40 foot section out of the phone and cable lines and everything there. So they are dead in the water so far as the internet goes.
Oh, wow.
And they're not sure if they're going to be able to make it or not. And, well, I can't do race control and broadcast or produce. And, of course, you know, Cody right now, he's playing hurt. So I've kind of got to be a backup there. So I just want to let you guys know that it's not a sure thing right now. My brother let me know that they saw a telephone repairman out there today, and that's how they found out that someone stole the actual phone lines. And he said he was going to patch it back as good as he could, but he wasn't for sure if it was going to work or not.
What a bunch of... Sorry, I'm being nice.
Oh yeah, well, the phone guy said it must have been a crackhead coming out there. But,
it had to have been, huh?
That is not something you hear about every day. You know, somebody digging up your phone line and cutting it and stealing it. Yeah, another phone line, I guess, is there. Everything, you know, my brother said was a big old cable.
Just they can't find nothing better to do with themselves. By the way, we're closing in on halfway. Cody, what you got? Cody, what you got? Go ahead, Cody.
No, so Bruce was asking. It sounds like the I was messed up more than the car was, and I can say I was a lot more. I mean, I'm still dealing with lower back pain and, you know, pain all over. The car really doesn't look bad, but it's more internal stuff. So that does answer your question, Bruce. That yes, I am a lot more messed up than what the car was. And they said when they come up to me on the car, I was unconscious for about 3 minutes. So and then they were going to take me 15 minutes down the road to Winchester's Hospital, and I guess I went unconscious again on the way to the hospital. So
wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're coming up on halfway, guys. Lap 100. Oh man, Carson Hayslip from Raleigh, North Carolina, up in front. There he is. He leads the way. Let's give you a through the field right now. 100 down and 100 laps to go. Oh, slammed into the machine of Jeff Sparks. Oh my goodness, that could have been disastrous. And the caution is out. A man that normally does not run late models a lot. Very prominently known from Ackworth, Georgia, in the street stock world, Jeff Sparks just about made Carson Hayslip virtually doo-doo in his pants. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had a tire going. Oh, I see. Okay, he got up into the wall.
One another. Him and Riley Music got into one another, and then somewhere or another, then the leader ran back down the 7. Here it is again. Wow. Under 100 to go. Second caution of the race. Landon River Lewis is pitting. Look at this. Watch the leader, though. Here comes the leader. Carson Hayslip coming after the 7. Well, this is after the caution came out. Jeff Sparks on pit road, now exiting again. But I'm going to tell you what, Tracy, that could have been bad for Carson Hayslip, the leader.
Yeah, you don't never know what kind of damage he could have done. I mean, he could have got some wheel damage there. Hopefully, I know you'd hate to relinquish the lead, but whenever you scrape down the side of someone there, you don't never know when you might get a flat tire, knock the alignment out, or what. And it might have been worth, the risk, just as fast as this car is, just come down pit road and take a look at it.
Front of the caution flag. Here's a quick word from Eastern Technical Design. Back from Sobo next. Hold that. We are coming back to green. Lights off on the pace car as we will get ready to bring them back for a restart. Carson Hayslip, Andrew Grady now in second. Blake Stallin, Superman. Mason Bailey, a strong run for him, along with Lady Bice. Here they come. Pace car is in. No. What's going on? We're back under caution.
That's what I was worried about.
Whoa, and then we're back to green. We are not back under caution. We are back to green. Boy, they took it all the way to the restart box. And Stallings is the new leader. And they're not calling it back here, Tracy. Stallings, Superman, up in front in 77.
Well, you got to maintain pace speed, and I don't know if the fuel pump got rattled or what in that car, but it obviously did not seem to fire off when he should have been on the gas anyway. He definitely seems to be back up to speed, but yeah, Blake Stallings, Superman, number 77, is now out in front.
Mr. Pearson, answer your question. Carson Hayslip, fastest man on the racetrack. They're turning 15.6, 15.7 laps. He's got a 15.602, the fastest lap of the race. And Bruce Pearson, one of your drivers of the LFRL. So am I understanding that Sunday might be canceled, Tracy? Is that what we're being told? Sunday might be canceled, Tracy Brown, or Cody's going to have to produce and you're going to have to race direct or something, or what?
Well, I don't want to be starting any rumors. Let's just say we're on standby right now because we're going to have to get something worked out here. And I'll have to get with Lenny and Landon and see what they want to do. I would hate for them to have to miss a race, but if a crackhead cuts out your telephone line, I don't know how long that may take to replace. So, the show must go on. And so we may just have to, depending on how things go, I may have to broadcast it or produce it, I should say, and just let iRacing control everything. Black flags and all.
Right, yeah.
Oh, so we got a caution now, Wesley.
We do have a caution. Third caution of the race, trouble on the racetrack. Oh, boy, I think it's Connor Jones, number 44, that is wrecked. Connor Jones from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Here is a look at a replay. Watch the 44. Boy, that's Dell Jr. around Connor Jones. Dell Jr., Connor Jones. That's also Buddy Isles Jr. behind them, as well as Riley Music. And is there a punt there? It's, oh boy, up high. Well, I think he went too far ahead there, Cody. My goodness. What the hell? I don't know what the hell happened. Oh, well, here's a word from Eastern Technical Designs. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction, Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. As we go back to green, Eastern Technical Designs is owned by the color man on the broadcast tonight, Mr. Tracy Brown. Tracy, thank you. And you're going to be hearing about Eastern Technical Design during the CRN football season, as they have also signed on board to be a part of Friday Night Lights. Love my racing, Tracy, but I can't wait for football to get back on the college and high school level, my friend. Let's get back on the gridiron.
Absolutely, Wesley, and I can't wait to hear you call those, so I'll be looking for my commercial right away. But, yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, look, I'm a better building designer and a draftsman than I am a broadcaster. So
you are getting better. You're getting better. I'll give you that much. Yeah.
Well, anyone that's listening, just know, I know what to do when it comes to some building plans. Calling a race, maybe not so much.
Well, Carson Hayslip back out in the lead, the pole man that started this race from Raleigh, North Carolina. Look at Laney Bice getting around Millington. You saw how strong the 15 was earlier in the race. Now he's falling back. And now Laney Bice, the Georgia Peach from Georgia for Lee Pulliam Performance, is right up there with the boys in the trio spot for third. Blake Stalling, Superman, took advantage of a restart before the last caution, and now he's back to second, but Laney Bice is threatening as we approach 75 to go here, Tracy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Blake may need to look at going up into the second lane, because Laney really seems to be making some good time up there in the high lane there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And it also appears like Ryan Millington has come back into the show here after falling back a little earlier.
Welcome to the show. So glad you're here, as right now we are moving in to the final 75 laps of this one. Here's a look at what's coming up this week. The Leadfoot Racing League from Hickory Motor Speedway. We'll also have the FWM 4Wide Motorsports ARCA Series from Bristol. Slinger Nationals to be announced. That's going to be fun. Anybody ever sing that 200-lapper for the Slinger Nationals Super Late Models? That'll be a fun one. By the way, that's coming up this Tuesday on Flow Racing. Shameless plug for them.
Did you say Tuesday, Wesley?
Yes, sir.
Well, I might have to check that out. You know, I've only raced that track one time on iRacing, and it was a calamity. I mean, that was a tough track, man. You know, I don't even know if we made it like 3 laps straight without a caution. It was just an absolute wreck fest there. That was a tough track.
Yep, the $20,000 to win Slinger Nationals is this Tuesday night on Flow Racing.
That track's tough enough right by itself.
Yes, sir.
$20,000 to win out there. You know, those guys are going to be going after it, and I don't know. It's so tough. I don't know how much more you can throw back, you know, without just losing.
And I'm going to tell you something. I got a feeling Bubba Pollard's due. I just want to say that, man. I got a feeling Bubba Pollard's due.
Well, you know, I've seen Bubba race a few different times, but I think it was in the late model stocks. He didn't do so well, but I mean, I think his forte may be the super late models.
Right. He did. You're exactly right. She did. It was a very interesting, very crazy the way she came back to win the race on the finish. But it was Jessica Can that won that event. Nonetheless, we are closing in on 65 to go. We'll pause quickly for 10 seconds of station identification. You don't have to show the logo. I'll do it from here on the Community Radio Network as we are closing into the finish of this one from Sobo and the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Heading towards the 11 o'clock Eastern hour, the final hour of 4th of July, the 249th birthday of independence of America. And as we close in on the finish of the 4th of July Friday of 2025, we also close in on the finish of the second annual Thunder Road AI Harley Davidson 200 coverage on Elevated TV and the Community Radio Network. I am Wesley Outland. Tracy Brown of the LFRL is alongside. Cody Deemers called the preliminary action. He's now on production. And we are at 60 laps to go. And Carson Hayslip, who dominates, it seems, every Friday night at the quarter-mile boring at Wake County, Tracy Brown, is now showing his virtual strengths, leading in the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson 200, as he's right now got 60 remaining.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I'm sure the last thing he would like to have be a caution right now. But, you know, it's getting kind of close to go time. Yes. And one thing, Wesley, I would like to mention, I'm a little bit surprised about Landon Lewis, Deke McCaskill, and Jeff Sparks. All have pitted earlier, and you know, everyone else is still out here on the same tires and everything they've had, and I would have thought they would have been able to pick up more positions than they have right now, with Landon Lewis running in 25th and Deke in 28th and Jeff Sparks in 29th, but Jeff may have gotten some damage. Not sure about that. But yeah, it won't be long now before these guys are going to start to hammer down, and whatever they got, they're going to bring it.
Cody, can you put the logo for the event up on the screen, buddy, please? Just real quickly. Yeah, for the show. That's what I was doing, something for social. There we go. I'm sending that to Tracy Brown or Brandon Brown. Okay. 55 laps to go in this one when they come to the line. And again, boy, does anybody got anything for Carson Hayslip? That's the question right now. $1 million question right now, Tracy Brown. As that 08's in his own world, it's almost a second and a half on Superman. Go to the Cape. Go to the phone booth. Get out your cape. Come on. The kryptonite is gone. Hayslip has got to beat Stallings. Or is Stallings saving something for the end of this race?
Well, that's what I was just going to say, Wesley. You know, that is the thing I get fooled on so many times, especially with these late models when there's a lot of laps to run. I can just never determine who is saving and who is giving it all they've got, you know, to move up front. And so I'm not sure if Hayslip is driving the wheels off of it, or is he saving something? And what about Blake? And for that matter, even Ryan Millington, you know, who was running and leading earlier, fell back a little bit. Now he's back to third. And that's one of the things that I seem to get fooled on all the time. I just don't know. I don't know how to tell.
Playing possum. Ready to pounce on them, if you will. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Hope you had a great Independence Day. We've got Tracy Brown in the house, by the way, unofficially. Everything's scheduled for Sunday night with the Leadfoot Racing League. If something changes, we will let you know. But right now, all systems go for next Sunday race.
That's the best way to state it, Wesley. Yes, sir. All systems are go.
All systems go. Even though the crackheads cut the wires.
It's not something you run into every day. It's worth mentioning, you know.
Say, what in the hell happened? What? He said, what?
Like I said, that is something I've never heard of before. And I was even asking my brother, you know, why they cut it across the creek? And he was like, I don't know. Maybe it's easier to dig out of the ground there or something. I don't know.
Man, you got some anger in your life.
And then think about it. I mean, he just cut telephone wires. I don't know if you've ever seen how thick they are or not, but they're not much bigger than a human hair. And before you can sell it, you're going to have to get rid of all that plastic insulation. As far as I know.
They wanted the copper. That's what they wanted, Crazy.
Yeah, they wanted the copper.
Yeah.
But those phone lines, the copper wire is not much bigger than the human hair. And by the time you get rid of the insulation, the easiest way would be to throw it in a fire and burn it off. But by then, it's going to melt all the copper. So, you know, it might even vaporize it.
What does Walter from Jeff Dunham say? Dumbass. I mean, come on.
Somewhere,
40 to go.
Right now, somebody's got a anaconda-sized telephone line rolled up in the back of their truck, trying to figure out how to shave off the insulation on it.
My goodness.
Hey, me too, Bruce. Because I'm here to tell you, I don't have those kind of skills, buddy. If it were me, if I was Hayslip, you know that I'm putting everything I've got. I'm trying to stretch it out as far as I can and hope that the tires last.
This has been a fairly calm race, if you will. A couple of cautions here or there, but not any crazy racing calamity. It's been Carson Hayslip showing his domination. There's the blue line soft wash race analysis so far in this event. Matter of fact, here's a quick word from Blue Line Soft Wash, and we'll take you to the finish. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. And with 35 laps to go, it is Carson Hayslip. But now the pressure cooker, I believe, begins as he gets around Casey Barrow, if you will, Tracy. He is mired now by lap traffic as Bobby McCarty almost pulled off on track into Casey Barrow. Hayslip was on the high side. He is gutting it away from these guys and clear from Stallings, and that will be for naught. Caution is out. 32 to go.
Oh boy, and that
competition caution.
That is not what Hayslip wanted to see. I can tell you that.
No.
And I'm not. I guess Bobby had to pull into the pits and must have been coming back out. And man, looks just like he might have pitted one lap too early.
Competition caution is out. Remember, they complete a certain amount of laps under caution, and they will throw yellow. So that is the call for the caution. We go under the yellow flag.
Well, I tell you, Wesley, this might have been the perfect time for the caution anyway, because somewhere around that 30 laps to go, that's normally when people just hammer down and, you know, just throw caution to the wind and see what she's got underneath the hood there. And so this might be an absolute, 29, 28 lap shootout here.
ready to see what takes place. And man, I again, who's really coming down pit lane? Nobody. Connor Hall's pitted. Trevor Ward pitted. They're back in 8th and 10th position. Everybody else has not pitted until you go to the top 20. 17th, Landon Lewis. He pitted. And then the guys in the back like Deke McCaskill, Jeff Sparks, and Bobby McCarty. They have pitted. Nobody else has pitted. They will come to the restart box with under 30 remaining. It'll be 28 to go. Ready to settle it in the second annual virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. Pace cars in. Back to the line. Flag. Hayslip and Stallings. This time, Hayslip ain't going to let Stallings catch him asleep at the wheel, but Superman's on the outside. Kryptonite on the bottom. Hayslip to the inside, and they're door to door again, coming to the line.
I tell you, there's something to be said for that high line. I mean, these guys are getting such a run off the corners that they're actually able to make up a lot of ground. But
wow.
One thing, Wes, I wanted to mention, you know, Mason Bailey and Jessica Can. Mason's moved up 13 spots into third, and Jessica Can has moved up 19 now into fourth. It'll be interesting to see what they have for these closing laps.
By the way, Jessica Can won this race last year. Cody, you remember, it was a very controversial finish. 25 to go, but remember what happened? I think guys came down to the pits or something, and it gave her the lead on the shootout. She took the white flag and won the race.
Yeah, they come down pit road, half the field did on like 5 to go, and then it ended up, we having a big pile up off of 4, and it ended up being a green-white checkered finish, and she had the lead coming to the white, and then the leaders pitted, or she was third when the leaders pitted coming to the white, and she ended up getting the win off of a pit strategy.
Right.
Well, she's up to third right now and looking for more. And Mason Bailey doesn't look like he's going to give it up either. So, I mean, these guys have moved through the field, and I really think it's definitely going to be a tight race down to the finish here, especially if Can and Bailey can get straightened out and get single file and not be side by side.
Ready to settle it here as we come to 20 to go at the line as Stallings on the outside battles with Hayslip side by side at the line. 20 remaining here at Sobo. I can't believe it. Oh, just kind of shot up there. Maybe a little dirty air. Calls them to check up. Now Stallings on the high side again. And while this goes on, last year's winner, Jessica Can. She's reeling him in. She's reeling in the boys. Here comes the Black Acid Racing Apparel 19. Looking for the lead. Looking for second. Looking for the win. With 18 to go in turn 2 there, Tracy.
Oh, she's there. She's there, Wesley. But as long as these two guys here are running side by side, she's going to have a roadblock, going to have to take it 3 wide to be able to get the checkered flag. But she is there. She is right on Hayslip's bumper. Oh, and there goes Stallings. He drops off.
One wrong slip, and she can capitalize on him. 16 to go. Can to second. Gets around Superman Blake Stallings. She'll set her sights on Carson Hayslip.
I tell you, Wesley, she looks to be faster than Carson right now, as she moves to the outside looking to run the high lane.
Jessica Can.
Yes, she can.
Watch what she'll do. We'll see.
I just don't know if she's going to be able to get enough speed to do it on the outside. I haven't seen a lot of passing going on the outside. It always seems like the lower line seems to prevail in the long run. But
The
she
young
is
lady
totally-
out of contact in the right rear. That was Can, left front into the right rear of Hayslip. Backing away, the young lady from Kernersville. Now Stallings on the driver door of the 19. That's the 77. And look at Bailey now. 12, 11 laps to go. Your 4 drivers ready to battle. And here comes Connor Hall in the top 5.
Oh, man, this is going to be close. This is going to be real close. Jessica Can is, making progress on the outside. Blake Stallings fell back for a little bit, maybe let his tires cool down. Now he's charging back to the inside. And Mason Bailey, who's come all the way up through the field, and with these cars running side by side up front, he's really making up a ground. And just like you said, Connor Hall, he's come into the picture now.
Under 10 to go, 9 remaining now. We're in single digits. This race has been only going on for an hour. And nears the home stretch. And now Can and Hayslip. Stallings, they door slam. Here comes Connor Hall. Junior Motorsports Bass Pro Tracker Boats number 8 on the inside, or the 88 correction. On the inside, ready to go 2 for 1. 8 to go, up the hill. Stallings, Can, watching Hayslip pull away. Hall on the bottom, and they got a block with 7 to go in turn 1.
Yeah, I think they have let Hayslip get too far out with these guys here battling for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and now 5th, and maybe even 6th. But how about Trevor Ward coming up in here to play with it here at the end of the race?
Trevor Ward from Winston-Salem, a quiet night for him, trying to get around Jessica Can falling back. She might have used up her tires, I'm not sure. Late race caution, will it happen? 6, make it 5 laps to go. The interval is 1.5 seconds for Hayslip to Stallings and Superman in the purple 77. Connor Hall is up to 3rd. Remember, he has won the real Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 the last 2 seasons. Down to the inside, makes a move on Stallings. 4 to go, 3 to go. Battle for 3rd, battle for 2nd. And look at Ward right there as well. 3 cars for the bridesmaid spot and 3 to go.
Yeah, and I think Blake needs to be looking out right now because I'm sure he's been racing up front all night long, but Trevor Ward is really starting to put the pressure on. Is he getting ready to go 3 wide possibly? Oh, no, not quite. But he's already put the pressure.
Yes, sir, he is, Tracy. He is. And here he comes again. That is the 277s of Ward and Stallings. Meanwhile, W Energy, 1 to go. White flag waves. Final time around. Carson Hayslip, the Dillon Spain Motorsports number 08, is gonna be the 2nd annual winner of the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. I call a lot of his wins on Friday night at America's favorite bull ring at Wake County Speedway, and on the World of Iracing, Raleigh, North Carolina's Carson Hayslip gets it done as well. Connor Hall will finish 2nd, holding off Trevor Ward, Blake Stallings, and last year's virtual Thunder Road 200 winner, Jessica Can, will finish in the top 5. Wow. Show ourselves. Happy 4th of July. What a race, Tracy. When it's all said and done, Carson Hayslip again held off some big charges at the end, and he picks up the victory. By the way, time of race, 58 minutes and 50 seconds at the checkered flag.
Wesley, I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest with you, because Hayslip was up front all night long. I figured he might be, pushing a little too hard, especially with Connor Hall, Jessica Can, Mason Bailey making that late race charge to the front. I figured they had just saved more tires and that they were going to be able to charge all the way to the front and maybe even race for the win. But I think what happened was they kind of got caught up running side by side and just let Carson Hayslip slip away.
I'll tell you what, Carson Hayslip again getting the victory here. I think we're just going to give you the results, read them instead of putting it up on the screen because you're enjoying the fireworks show. Happy 4th of July to everybody that watched or will watch the replay. And obviously, if you're listening in radio, you can't see fireworks, but there is obviously pyro flying through the air, and I encourage you not to slam on your brakes and try to find it because it's only AI. So anyhow, here's the results of tonight's race. It's Carson Hayslip picking up the win, and again, 58 minutes, 50 seconds checkered flag. Connor Hall at the end of 200 laps will be second up 17 spots. Trevor Ward is third. It's Blake Stallings fourth, and Jessica Can up 18 spots at the checker flag will finish in the top 5. Mason Bailey is sixth. Daniel Silvestri seventh. Ronnie Bassett Jr. eighth. Andrew Grady will finish in ninth, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. the June Bug for DEI, and Junior Motorsports will finish in the top 10 there.
And coming in 11th, the guy's name I'll never forget, Jacob Borst. And right behind him in 12th position is Ryan Millington. I really thought he was going to have a shot there at the end, but he kind of fell back late in the race. Cade Brown finished as 13th. Laney Bice is 14th. I really thought she had a better card than where she finished tonight. Doug Barnes Jr., same thing, finishes in 15th. He made a charge sort of near the end of the race there, and I thought he would have something for leaders, but probably just gave it everything he had and just kind of fell back from there.
Yeah, obviously Landon River Lewis, not a guy that normally struggles, but definitely did here at the end of it. Riley Music will finish in 21st. Connor Jones, 22nd. Landon Pimpleton, Carson Lofton, and Dick McCaskill, the first car a lap down in 25th. Chase Burrows, struggle bus for him. So was Brandon Pierce. Jeff Sparks and Carson Hayslip. Boy, he got a lucky attaboy in a scary moment in the race. But he, with the 7, but he still finishes 28th. And then Bobby McCartney, 29 cars at the end of this one. And again, total cautions, 4 of 16 laps, 24 lead changes at the end of the race. That's again presented by Blue Line Soft Wash. So, well, happy 4th of July. Still got a little bit more time to shoot some pyro or hold sparklers or take in a movie. I think I'm going to lay in bed, Tracy, and before I nod off to sleep, watch The Sandlot, because, you know, that's always a perfect movie to watch, especially when they talk about the night game and playing baseball. And, you know, I've always loved that movie for summertime.
Well, I tell you what, I do remember the movie. Well, I remember the title of it. I've seen it. It's been so long ago, and I'm so old, I can't really remember exactly how it goes, to be honest with you, but I do remember enjoying it.
Yes, you take in the movie, especially something like that. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Cody, got anything else you want to throw out to us, buddy, before we get off the air? Another bang-up job on Elevated TV and CRN, and obviously a phenomenal Thunder Road virtual Harley Davidson 200, and in the books, of course, and you know, get ready for what's to come ahead, right?
Yeah, man, and if you guys still enjoy the fireworks, are just now coming to the end, the grand finale is happening, and then we'll be coming back live here at South Boston, where you can actually see the racetrack, and yeah, it's been all in all, it's been a great night, as far as racing. So appreciate everybody that tuned in. I tried to do the best with what I had to work with. Like I said, I'm still not feeling up under the weather. My head's actually hurting really bad right now, and from looking at the screen, so I'm probably going to get off here and take my medicine and take my butt to bed. So yeah.
There you go. He's getting a headache looking at the screen. So Braxton at least called you an airhead, so get some sleep.
I actually want to put out something about Braxton DeWeese. Braxton DeWeese will be making his very first debut race ever in a Thunder Roadster at Anderson Speedway next Saturday night. So make sure you guys shoot him a message, wish him the best of luck. First ever race. He is actually buying a Thunder Roadster, so he will be full-time racing against me come August. But his first race will be July 12th at Anderson.
Well, excuse me, Cody, I just want to say, appreciate you jumping on here, man. I know you were playing hurt. It was my privilege to kind of slide in here and take your seat. And look forward to working with you guys again. Just want to say, hey, take your time, rest up. I'm not a doctor, but from what I understand, the noggin's pretty important there, man. So look after it.
Oh, yeah, and
that's right.
I appreciate you stepping in, too, because I definitely don't know if I could have made all 200 laps with Wesley tonight, but I'd have done my best.
Well, it's great that we have a group of people like everyone here to work together. It takes a village, and we enjoy doing it for Elevated TV and CRN, like the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 in the books. It's an annual event, something that we do yearly, and man, it's just really cool that we were able to do it actually on 4th of July night like we did this evening. Just the stars aligned perfectly. Glad Tracy Brown was able to be available, and we had it. So here it is. What's coming up next on Elevated and CRN Sunday night, 6 p.m. Sunday night, July 6th. It is the Leadfoot Racing League at Hickory Motor Speedway, unless the crackheads that stole the wiring, make it where we can't go on the air. But I think we're going to try to be able to do it. I might have to call the race myself, and Tracy might have to race direct. I don't know what we'll do. We'll figure it out. But anyhow, we'll have a plan somehow for this Sunday. Monday, it is 4Wide Motorsports ARCA East Series from Bristol. Understanding that is championship night with the 4Wide Motorsports FWM ARCA East Series at Bristol. The last race, 8 p.m. Eastern on Elevated TV. Both times, 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday and Monday. And we'll work on the details for the Slinger Nationals. I just want to throw this out here, Cody. Tuesday night is normally the night of the Slinger Nationals. I don't have anything going on Tuesday night. So maybe Wednesday night or something like that we could do that race.
So we can work something out Wednesday night. We can have the real Slinger Nationals on Tuesday, and then our own Slinger Nationals on Wednesday.
What do you think, Tracy? Tuesday night, July the 8th is the real Slinger Nationals at Slinger Super Speedway, and then we're having the AI version of the Slinger Nationals on Wednesday night, July the 9th. Man, there you go.
I tell you what, Wesley, not drag this out or anything, but forever and a day, I thought Slinger was a dirt track. I had no idea that it was an asphalt track until we ran it and had such chaos there. It's an interesting track with the pit road on the outside of the track, and you kind of feel like you're going up there by the stands, like you're going to a trackside spot whenever you go to pit road.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to be watching it Tuesday night on Float, and I'll probably be pumped up and ready to maybe help somebody out on Wednesday night.
You can join us, my friend. It was always a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, big thanks to all of the sponsors that make it happen on Elevated TV, the Leadfoot Racing League, or any of our iRacing coverage. Thank you, as always, to Eastern Technical Design, W Energy, Blue Line Soft Wash. Thank you also to Tar River Environmental and the Community Radio Network, as well as Elevated TV. If you'd like to get signed up for the LFRL Late Model Season 3, don't forget to reach out to them at LFRL. That is on Discord, Leadfoot Racing League on Discord. And again, on behalf of everybody at Elevated TV, the Community Radio Network, have a happy, safe rest of your 4th of July Friday and a great weekend ahead as well. For producer-director Cody Deemers, for Tracy Brown on color commentary, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations to the driver from Raleigh, Carson Hayslip from the pole. He is the second annual winner of the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. Enjoy the rest of your Independence weekend, and we will join you for the next broadcast next time. This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Elevated Broadcasting. Elevated TV would like to thank all of our fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.